Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? Happy Saturday. Sorry for the late start. An issue with my snooze button this morning. You know, you got me. Hope you guys are doing well, man. It's good to see everybody as always, man. We've got the final day. It is the end of September, dude. It's the end of September, so we got a little bit of a day on our hands here to get prepared for our transition. Yo, Jerry, what up, Jerry? How you doing, dude? We've got a little bit to talk about today in regards to. I almost spilled my coffee. In regards to getting ready for Scaretober tomorrow. Tomorrow begins Scaretober. Is Phasmophobia coming to console? I thought I heard something about it getting delayed. We can try to bring it up, buddy. Yeah, I thought I had heard something about it getting delayed for console, man. We read something not too long ago about that, I thought. They're working on a console version, but I thought it got pushed back a little bit. But I don't remember how long ago that was. We'll try to pull something up, buddy. I'm alright, dude. Just flipping, hit the good old snooze button this morning and slept in a little bit late, you know? Nice, Davey. Nice, dude. They have to bring it this October. Yeah, so I actually spent some time last night going through a lot of my libraries. I mean, all my libraries of games. And just came across some titles that I thought might be worth taking a look at us playing potentially this Scaretober. On top of the other games we had planned on probably playing. So we're gonna do the news this morning, and then in between playing games, which will probably be Fallout New Vegas, we'll take a beat and we'll just kind of look at some of these other games that I already own and look at some trailers and see what you guys think about some of these titles for us to play during Scaretober. Okay, so yeah, that's part of what we're gonna do today. And I've put a bunch of them on the schedule and stuff, and we'll just talk about it, and we'll fill it out. See how people are feeling about some of these Scaretober games that I've added to the schedule just from last night. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll try to pull that up, Jerry, and see what we got. Cool. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Let's get ready for this video gaming news segment for the final day of September 2023. Let's go. So first of all, let's try to find this Phasmophobia thing. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so it was officially delayed to October after its initial date of August launch for consoles. Let's see what that definitive date is, though. I'll pull that up, Jerry. Yeah, I'll pull that up, buddy. We'll talk about that. Let's get in. Let's pull all our other stuff up, too, though. Let's see what we got here. So, it looks like Cyberpunk's had a few issues with its 2.0 patch. Looks like they've gotten some improvement, performance improvements, and some corrupt save issues that they're trying to fix out. We'll take a quick peek at that too. Why PlayStation fans are cheering CEO Jim Ryan's departure. I already did my own take on this, to be honest. I'm not even a PlayStation fan, dude. I'm not even a PlayStation fan, really. You know, I used to be, but I think Jim Ryan, you know, personally, I think the PlayStation needs somebody at the. I think Jim Ryan's been a good business leader for that company. I don't think. I think he's done a good job in that position, but I think they need somebody more aligned with something closer to what Phil Spencer is for Xbox. I think they need somebody that's the face of that company that, while good at business, also is a gamer at heart and gives PlayStation fans somebody to relate to. We'll see what this article is actually saying. Can we actually even read this? The Bloomberg stuff. It all quite often Bloomberg gets. I don't even think we'll be able to read this. Yeah, we'll be able to read it. It's... Oh God, how fun is that? I don't know if I want to try to read it with this big flipping thing on it, so we might just avoid it. But yeah, I think that PlayStation definitely has a task on their hands trying to find somebody to become the new face of that company, you know. Yeah, you got it this morning, Davey. You're on one, buddy. You're more awake than I am, that's for sure, dude. How are you, by the way? What's up, dude? You're not working today, are you? Ah, Davey. I understand it, dude. 7 games leaving Game Pass today, guys. So let's get educated on that. I think a lot of people knew that was coming, but we'll touch on it. See what else we got in here. That's right, Jerry. Living that thug gamer life, baby. One second. Yo, Jerry, how's the recovery going, buddy? How's the wrist, dude? How Mortal Kombat conquered gaming? It sure wasn't with their Switch release, I'll tell you that. It's okay. Yeah. It's such a long process usually, dude. But I wanted to, ask anyways. I think the worst part about it is that you're being prevented from doing the thing you love, you know what I mean? And the BMX stuff, dude, that's what sucks, right? A little bleak this morning so far, dude. Yeah, lots more free time. Yeah. Eating a sandwich and having a coffee, dude. Yeah, I got that coffee flowing, baby. I need it this morning. For sure. I'm right there with you, Davey. Love that Java, dude. Bro. Yo, I'm not going to pull this article up, but we talk about this kind of sentiment a lot. Are PS Plus and Game Pass worth it in 2023? I think that it's going to be different for each individual person, right? It all depends. Can't play video games in the week, only the weekends. Yo, that's the restrictions my kids have, dude. Yeah, my kids can't play during the week during the school year. Yeah, they got to focus on their job. And their job right now is to do well in school. And they didn't always have that restriction, but we started noticing occasionally they would get too sidetracked with not focusing enough on doing well in school. They would try to rush through stuff sometimes and try and just get that screen time in. And so it was like, all right, to avoid that entirely, no screen time during the week, you know? So, I mean, dude, me growing up, my mother did not like video games, dude. My mom did not like video games. And so she was not a fan of me spending very much time playing video games at all. Even though I did it as much as I could, you know. There was a lot of restrictions on it and stuff, you know. So I felt that as a kid. My kids they get their weekend time in for sure. And when they're not in school, they get plenty of it. But that's kind of what I've expressed to my kids, that, like, you know, their school is their job, man. That's their job. That's what they need to be focused on, making sure that they're doing to the best of their ability. And if screen time is going to be a distraction, then that just needs to be eliminated for them, so that they can focus on doing the very best they can at what their job is in life right now, you know. So they've taken it very well. You know, it's been like that for a couple years now, and yeah, I understand. I don't know exactly why that's the situation for you, Jerry, but yeah, I mean, it happens, dude. Here's the deal. What I was talking about, all right? So, like, each individual person is going to feel different about this. And aside from even, like, being an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan, you know, looking at subscription services in general, yeah, just because, yeah, I'll read that in a second, Jerry. You know, the subscription services for video games is like, I think this applies to subscription services for anything in entertainment, really, like for TVs and movies, TV shows and movies and stuff like that too. Are you getting what you're paying for it? Dude, the prices on all of it's going up right now. You know, Xbox went up, which, dude, they've been around since 2017, 2018. They just went up. Prices just went up for them for the first time in a while. And it wasn't even as much, I don't think, as PlayStation's went. PlayStation's prices went up for PS Plus, what, 30%? 30 to 35%? And they've only really had PS Plus on the same, almost the same level as Game Pass for roughly a little over a year now. And they decided they needed to raise prices by that much. Weird play to me, personally. But a lot of what this is going to have to do with is, like, is it worth it? We've all seen where they'll have months where it'll be full of banger releases for their service, right? Their platform. And it'll be like, oh man, that's a lot of good releases. Nice, good on them. And then we've seen months where it'll be like, what was that? Like last month for PS Plus was like, their headliner was Saints Row reboot. If that tells you anything, you know, for a studio that just got shut down by their parent company. Embracer shut down Volition because basically Saints Row reboot did so poorly, you know. And then PS Plus puts it as their headliner last month. you know, there's always, are you getting enough game time, enough content out of what you're paying for it? I think that's what each individual person has to really take into account there. And it's going to feel different for everybody too, because what enough is going to be different for each individual person respectively. Yeah. And what your money is worth to you in regards to how much playtime you get for it and stuff is also going to be a different thing respectively for each individual person. But you know, I do think that one of the things that makes Game Pass stand out over PS Plus, and according to PlayStation, this is a thing that will always make Game Pass stand out over a service like PS Plus, is
now that
day
we're
one
friends
releases
again,
for their platform.
is it okay if I pet you?
Holy crap! Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. What's up, brother?
Man, Pinky just resubscribed for 20 months. That's like almost 3.
Yo, man, how you feeling, dude? 20-month resubby, dude. Whoa, wee, wowie, whoa. Pinky, yo, thanks, brother. How you doing, dude? Dog, how were you working until like 3 in the morning last night, dude? Woke up a while ago. Yeah, dude, me too. Barely. I'm flipping woke up. It was like almost time to start the stream, and I was like, oh, that's not good. I hit my snooze on my alarm. Well, I thought I hit snooze. I actually turned my alarm off, dude. I woke up, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm late. I stayed up late last night working on content and working on trying to get ready for Scaretober and stuff, dude. I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus this morning, dude. Yeah, Jared, give me a second, and I'll talk about that stuff in just a second for you, buddy. Just lots of work, so you decided to stay later. Yeah, word. How you feeling physically, dude? From the illness and all that. Thanks a lot, dude. 20 months, incredible, brother. Thank you very much. Did you get to celebrate your birthday at all, dude? Turns out on weekends, first bus goes at 3:30. Early, late bird gets the bus worm. I think that worked. something to that effect, dude. So yeah, I mean, again, the thing that's going to make Game Pass stand out to me is that Xbox always releases their proprietary first-party games on this service as well, day one. PlayStation's has said they'll never do that, you know. Not that these are the only 2 subscription services out there, though. You know, there's Nvidia. There's a lot of stuff out there, and I think all the way around, though, any subscription service you're planning to buy into, whether it be games or entertainment media in any form or fashion, you just got to take a real hard look at it. Are you getting enough out of it to justify paying what you're paying for it? You know, I think that's something a lot of people need to take a look at every once in a while for themselves. Because quite often you just turn that subscription on, you just keep paying for it. You don't really take a critical look at how much content, how much, you know, worth you're getting out of what you're paying for it, right? I think that's something people need to do more often, probably. So Jerry, I think that might be why my parents don't like video games, because I get an average of DR. What's DR, dude, in school? I don't know what DR is. That's something different than what I'm familiar with, dude. And how do I feel about game share? What do you mean about, like, explain to me what you mean about game share specifically. What does that mean to you, game share? And then we'll discuss this, friendo. Yeah. Oh yeah, DR is lower than ungradable. You know what? Here's the thing for a lot of people, though, and I'll tell you this. like there's a lot of different, just because somebody doesn't get good grades in school doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, though. I can tell you from personal experience, like, I'm not the smartest dude in the world, but I'm a fairly intelligent person, blessed. I'm lucky, you know what I mean, in that fashion. But school was brutal for me because it was so boring. I could not hold my attention, dude. I just wanted to fall asleep all the time. It was so flippin' boring to me, and I think that was one of my big issues for school. Was like, I did much better in higher education, and it wasn't like I did bad through, like, middle and high school and stuff. I pulled like A's and B's, and I had some honors classes and stuff. But I was like a smart enough person that I didn't have to put a lot of effort in, and I hated school. It was so boring, dude. I think a lot of it came down to like teaching methods. Just open your books, read these paragraphs, and red eyes gets the red out. It's just, Jesus. If they could find ways to just be more engaging with and there are some educational institutions, and then there are some teachers and professors that are fantastic, but I feel like they're few and far between, you know what I mean, that are really good at grabbing your attention and getting you to learn in a really, really, interactive way that really touches people, and those are those great people that are good at teaching. They're really passionate, and they're great at finding ways to connect to people and help them learn information. But that was always a struggle for me, dude. Yeah, good teachers dude, absolutely, dude. I agree with that 100%, no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. I have a few teachers in my entire life of doing, of being in educational, situations that have made big impressions on me out of the plethora of teachers I've had, and it's because they were passionate and they were good at what they did. It wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't a whole lot of them, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think that there are a lot of, some people have disorders, whether it be, dyslexia or, ADD or ADHD, stuff like that. That just makes people to where that, if it's undiagnosed and untreated, those individuals have a really hard time paying attention at all. It's not that they're falling asleep in class. Their mind is just wandering all the time. There's a lot of different issues for people that necessarily, that aren't unintelligent people. They just have a hard time learning in traditional educational settings and stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of those things that important for people to understand, And dude, a great teacher absolutely can change things for students, man. No doubt about it. I agree with that. Hey, you have ADD and dyslexia? Jeez, that's a brutal combination, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's brutal. So, yeah, absolutely, I can understand, but at least if you've been diagnosed with that stuff, hopefully you're working through some, ways to deal with it and try and, help with it and stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I was paying attention to like 20% of the lessons. Yeah, Pinky, dude, same here. Yeah. And like I said, once I got a little bit older and I just couldn't make myself focus because whenever I went to whenever I went to university, I actually had a little bit of time in between high school and attending college or university. and I had a little bit of extra time to mature there. And by the time that I was able, to go to college and get my degree and stuff, I had, I guess, it had given me time to understand that, like, even though it, might be boring or whatever, it's important for me to pay attention and do the best I can and stuff like that. And so, I did much better in higher education than I did through the rest of school. Not that I did bad, but I just had a better mindset for it, I guess. But for people that have legitimate learning, disabilities that significantly impair their ability to learn and stuff, man, I can only imagine. Because, dude, I remember just not being able to pay attention at all through most of school. It was brutal. Wait, what? Really? No way, dude. There's no way that you have teachers that actually think that, like, if you're ADD or ADHD, if you actually have teachers that think Pinky, if you actually have teachers, these are people that are put into positions to make sure that you are learning, to become the future of the world, that actually think that a diagnosis of ADD or ADHD means that you are mentally retarded, like you suffer from mental retardation. They do not need to be in those positions, dude. Nuh-uh, dude, for real? What? God dang, dude. What the crap? That's weird, dude. How weird is that? You should record that, dude. That's flipping weird. Talos Principle releases on November 2nd. Yeah, that's a predicament there, isn't it, Pinky? What's the play on that, dude? Yeah. So what were you talking about with yeah, okay, game share. If your friend have money and you share, both of you can play with one purchase. Well, yeah, I mean, so to be fair, like, we just kind of had a similar situation where our buddy Timwin had gotten into he pre-purchased a game called Endless Dungeon, and he pre-purchased it, giving him access to the beta of the game, and along with the beta he got buddy keys, so it's kind of the same thing. And he gave some of us here in the community buddy keys, and myself included. And so we were able to, like, go play the game with him, even though we didn't purchase the game, and I think that, I don't know, I think there are different occasions, and each game's a little bit different on the way that works. And I don't know. I mean, I'm cool with it. I think that's great. If a company's willing to, but I mean, are you talking about, like, a legitimate thing? It's just, so they're I think this is what we're probably delving into here. Are we talking about a legitimate situation of playing a game together off of one purchase, like the developer gives you that ability, or you're playing the game together off of one purchase when really you should both be purchasing the game? When it's more of a situation where only one person's really supposed to be playing the game off of a purchase or whatever. It's always been a weird situation, because I mean, that's physical games, right? I mean, that's it's always been the thing with physical games too, right? Dude, I grew up in an era where we were always sharing games back and forth. You know what I mean? That's what we did in school, actually. You know, it was like, yeah, it was a mechanic made by the company. Yeah, that's cool, man. I think that's great. You know, I think that if they're willing to develop it that way, then fantastic, man. You know, if they're willing to come up with some kind of mechanic that allows more people to get in and try their game and be a part of it. Part of that is probably aimed at building the community up. You know what I mean? If they can get more people in and part of their servers to play and everything, that's probably, they see that as a bonus at some point. So it's not like they're not gaining anything, you know, they're gaining something from it in some form or fashion. It might not surface level look like a monetary kind of benefit, but a lot of games nowadays too do have monetization within the games and everything as well. So even if somebody's getting in to play the game off of somebody else's purchase, it doesn't mean they won't eventually make some money off that person being in the game anyways. There are a lot of things like that you have to take into consideration, right? So for a company to develop that kind of you know, methodology for maybe pushing out their games, publishing their games for people to buy into, and you know, you can get one other friend of yours in on the game just because you bought it or whatever. They're going to benefit. They see this as a benefit in some form or fashion, right? So I think it's great. That's cool because you're getting other people into the game, and you know, that's I think that's cool, man. You're not allowed to record teachers. Friend got suspended for it once. Wait. For real? So, in memory of our teacher suddenly saying in the middle of an exam to stand up, put our hands up, see who had a phone to cheat. Of course, at least 3 people ironically recorded it on their phone. She just turns the light off on us. Really? Oh, yeah. Where they get like a limited amount of playtime on it and stuff, Davey. Yeah. Oh, private school. Yeah, okay, Davey. Or not Davey, but Jerry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. And well, I mean, obviously, you know, I was also taking into consideration like me being in the U.S., right? So me being in the U.S., the laws are going to be different from you know, region to region, country to country, things like that. Here in the U.S., dude, if and people have gotten really smart about this fact too. If it's public land at all, right? If it's a public facility, public land, anything like that, you can record it anytime. Nobody can stop you from doing it. That's the way it is. That means public schools, police stations, anything that is funded by the public, you know what I mean? You can record there. They can't do anything to you, you know? That's just those are your rights. And so, but I mean, that's here, and I'm not familiar with like the laws and regulations in other places. So, but yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense, dude. Yeah. Let's keep going here. State of Decay 3 planned for 2027 release, it's rumored. Okay. Did I miss something else in chat? I don't think so. Did I miss anything else? Besides Pinky trying to figure out how he's going to play both Talos Principle 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 with me at the same exact time. Bro. Yeah, we saw this yesterday. Look, dude, TLDR, just need to upgrade my PC earlier. Yeah. So some of yesterday's news, big news yesterday that we came across was Epic is laying off like 16% of their workforce. It's like roughly 850 employees, give or take. And third and fourth monitor, yo, that's what I need too, bro. I need like to basically wall off this side of the room with monitors at this point. Yeah. Just leave a little hole. Just leave a little hole where one monitor isn't, so that like if family comes in and they need to talk to me or whatever, they can just stick their face in there. You know? But yeah, Epic sold off, or not sold off, but fired about 850 people, give or take. They also sold off Bandcamp, which was a company they bought 18 months ago. And basically Tim Sweeney's talking about how they're struggling. You know, so I don't know. I covered it yesterday. Look at yesterday's news segment. I don't have it cut out yet and put on YouTube yet, but I will be cutting out that segment from I'll try to get it up tonight, probably. I'm going to try to get as much caught up tonight before Scaretober starts tomorrow as I can. But this is always one of those things for me that's like, you know, is Tim Sweeney taking a pay cut? And look, I mean, this doesn't feel like a you know, trim the fat situation. This doesn't feel like, you know, or it doesn't feel like a situation where they're getting rid of people that aren't doing their job. Let me backtrack a second. It doesn't feel like a situation where they're just getting rid of an amount of people that haven't been hitting their performance appraisal benchmarks or anything, you know? And we see companies do this all the time, but it's like, you know, do you think anybody at the top's has taken pay cuts over this entire period of them having these quote-unquote struggles to try and ensure that they're taking care of the employees and not having to fire people? Probably not. You know, I don't know. It's always a difficult thing for me to look at and see this. Whenever you know that people like Tim Sweeney are just sitting up there balling out of control, and then they're firing off 850 employees. I don't know. Again, I'll have that segment up, my entire sentiments and everything about that situation. I'll have that up on YouTube probably later tonight. The most I can say is that, like, my, you know, heart and thoughts go out to those people that have lost their jobs, and I hope they find something quick, and I hope they find something much better than what they had at Epic. You know, anytime you're without a job, and you know, especially losing one impromptu it's very anxiety inducing quite often, and it can lead to, you know, some dark times and everything. So just hope they find something quick, you know. Didn't make the Fortnite skins cool enough, that's why they got fired. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, if you didn't see that, that's another thing I bring up in we just a couple of days ago we saw where, you know, Epic Games raises their V-Bucks prices, you know, raise their V-Bucks prices and stuff like that, and then they fire 850 employees. It's like, I'm always interested in unless you live where Pinky lives, okay? If you live where Pinky lives, then the V-Buck prices have always been about 50% what they are in the rest of the world, so yeah. Everywhere else almost it's gone up in price, but Pinky's an outlier here, okay? So you know, congrats to Pinky. Everybody else in the world's getting throttled by Epic. So The thing for me is, you know, I'm always interested. I talked about this recently with the Capcom thing. Capcom CEOs talking about wanting to raise prices of their AAA games again. I've got that article will be up for sure later today, because that's disgusting. But these companies want to do this kind of thing. Whether it be laying off employees or talking about how they're not making enough money off of their games and they need to raise prices. Show me your budgets. Show me all of your internal, you know what I mean? Let me see where you're investing your money. Show me how much you're paying all these people at the top of your company, you know, as opposed to how much you're putting into your budgets and how much you're reinvesting. How much are you paying your employees to take care of your employees? And so give me a breakdown, dude, and let me know how you're actually taking care of your company and how you've gotten to this point. That's what I want to know. You know, and we never see that side of it. And that's what's always concerning for me. Well, what, we just take their word for it? We just take their word like they've been doing the very best they can. But you don't see people like Tim Sweeney saying, look, I'm not going to take any pay moving forward so we can retain as many employees as possible. You don't see that, do you? You know, not very often anyways. It's been a rarity. Sometimes it's happened, but it's very rare. And I mean, look, Tim Sweeney is worth billions of dollars. So, I don't know, man. I'm not saying there might not be some people at Epic that needed to get let go because they weren't doing their job, but I have a really hard time believing it was 16% of their workforce. I don't know. Again, that article where I dive into this whole thing when we first came across it yesterday, that'll probably be up tonight. So you can take a look at it on YouTube if you want. And I talked about this Jim Ryan thing too, and I think that's good. I think Jim Ryan was kind of already outliving his welcome at PlayStation. They need somebody younger. They need somebody that can relate more to gamers, dude. Yeah, I think he's a good business person, but they need somebody that is a gamer as well, dude. That's one of the things that I think is great about Phil Spencer. I just think that he's easy to relate to on the gamer side of things. Disagree. You gotta know what games to play, but we've talked about that already too. All right, let's look at our other search real quick, and then we'll dive into these articles. Yeah, look, a strike's probably on the way in the gaming industry, by the way, if you didn't know. SAG-AFTRA's talks with the video game industry have ended with no resolution. We knew this as of yesterday. And they'd already approved preemptively, SAG-AFTRA and the members of SAG-AFTRA had already approved a strike if need be. It didn't mean that one was definitely going to happen, but it meant that if they felt like they needed to have a strike because these talks came to a kind of a stalemate or whatever, they didn't come to any kind of good agreement, then the SAG-AFTRA members could strike and just quit doing work with the video gaming industry until the industry decided to get to a good negotiating point with them and get some a good contract worked out for the foreseeable future. So basically the contract, TLDR, the current contract's been in effect since like 2016, I think. It ended around the beginning of 2020, 2021, something like that. It got extended for a couple of years, which is where we are now. And so the SAG-AFTRA stuff is basically all of the performers that you see in video games or hear in video games. Actors, voice actors, all those people, you know? And so, contract's up. It's been up. They've been on an extended contract for a while, and the talks have kind of hit a breaking point where neither side is coming to a nice agreement, and so we're probably gonna have a strike on that front. So we might hit a lull here on video game production for a while, actually. A lot of video games nowadays, much more than there ever has been, include this kind of work in it, right? And these people that are part of SAG-AFTRA are part of the production of almost all games nowadays. So with this impending strike, which I don't see any way around really at this point, it's going to delay probably a lot of game production. So I'd say we just kind of need to be ready for that. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right. So we'll see. I think that's going to be probably coming pretty quick. We'll see when it happens. Yeah, I mean, apparently, Mediatonic was speaking of the whole Epic thing. Apparently, Mediatonic, which is the developer behind Fall Guys, was hit pretty hard with the layoffs, and I don't know exactly what that's going to mean for Fall Guys moving forward, but we'll see. We talked about this yesterday too. There's been a lot of news coming up about the whole like Knights of the Old Republic remake, which isn't really anything new. It's a lot of just rehashing most of what we knew from when this entire process started breaking down. You know, I don't know what, roughly a year and a half ago or whatever. Basically, Aspyr was developing this. They showcased the game to Sony, and Aspyr is a subsidiary of Embracer, so they had been tabbed to make the game for Sony, and Aspyr showcased what they had made so far to Sony and Embracer, and basically the major individuals behind the production of the game all got fired from Aspyr. It was like, then it went on indefinite kind of delay for being produced. It got pushed over to another studio, I think Saber under Embracer, and it hasn't really done anything since. But it's been coming up here lately. I'm not really sure why. What? X Screen is now an officially licensed portable display. This is out of Australia too. For Xbox Series S. Interesting. Look at that real quick. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the old school, like, thick boy laptops, you know? Remember we were, like, playing Fear a couple years ago? Almost a couple years ago exactly now. We were playing Fear. And the first Fear game, dude, had, like, these big, thick, chunky XPS, like, product-placed laptops in that game, dude. What is this? Oh, Call of Duty themed Doom stuff. Or Doom. Call of Duty's getting Doom themed weapons. Be specific here. We've been hearing things on this front, but it's just rumor. It's speculation right now. Could be a Scream game on the way. We've also heard that Ghostface could be being added to maybe like Mortal Kombat 1's roster or something. Once it's official, dude, we'll dive into it. Wherever that universe is popping in at. All right, let's just dive in here. We don't have a whole lot this morning, but we'll take a look at what we do have, and then we'll move on and play some games. We're going to talk about Scaretober for a while this morning too, though, in between. So just get ready for that. But 7 games are leaving Game Pass. Let's turn off this music while we go through. All right, so 7 games leaving Game Pass today. Those games are Beacon Pines, Despot's Game, Last Call BBS, Moonscars, Outriders, Proteus, and Weird West. You've got just the remaining day today to play these games before they're removed from Game Pass. All of them are available with a discount of at least 20% off if you want to buy any of them for your backlog if you are a Game Pass member. But that's what you'll be missing out on if you were wanting to play them. You need to get in there and get it done, dude. There's your link. State of Decay 3 planned for 2027 release. Shush your mouth. There's a rumor circulating that State of Decay 3, the long-awaited sequel to Undead Labs' 2018 game, is scheduled to be released in 2027. This particular rumor was kicked off following a discovery on an ArtStation profile belonging to a lighting and technical artist at Undead Labs. On this profile, it said that the game would drop in 2027, and since that claim came to light, the artist has removed the reference from their profile. Almost a decade. It could be that this was an older date being referenced, and it was removed to avoid any confusion, or it could be that it was a legitimate planned release date for State of Decay 3. It was around 2 years ago that Undead Labs released a teaser trailer showcasing State of Decay 3. Since then, everything has gone quiet. Rumor according to Nora Schrammick's lighting technical artist at Undead Labs, ArtStation profile, State of Decay 3 is planned to be released in 2027. Grain of salt there. Post has since been deleted. We've had no further news delivered regarding the game, but 2018 State of Decay 2 continues to be updated. It was just a couple of weeks ago that the Curveball update was applied to State of Decay 2, bringing players a mechanic that would see randomly generated events occur in the game. Yeah, if this is to be believed, that State of Decay 3 is going to launch in 2027, that would put almost a decade between State of Decay 2 and the launch of State of Decay 3. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we'll keep track. We'll see. The X screen, now an officially licensed portable display for Xbox Series S. Not X though. It's called the X screen. I'm guessing for Xbox, but it'd be more appropriate for the Series X. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's got both letters, so it works. The Series S owners now have the option of a designed for Xbox portable screen, which attaches directly to the console. The Upset Gaming X screen isn't a new product. Whew. Sorry, guys. It started life as a Kickstarter project back in 2021 and reached its funding goal in just 20 minutes. Following year, the X screen was selling for $250 and receiving good reviews despite the high price. To give you an idea of how good the portable display is, check out this video of the X screen being used to play Elden Ring. Let's see this, dude. Yeah, what? This is better. Is that what you were talking about? If it looks so dark, dude. Maybe that's just Elden Ring, though. So it's a screen, yeah. Yeah, that was my sentiment too. I mean, that's what I was talking about before, though. It was like, if you look at this thing, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of basically like one of those old, big, fat, chunky laptops. You know what I mean? So what? Like, you're gonna use this? I mean, I guess you can understand like if you're on the go a lot or whatever. You know what I mean? But usually, if you're on the go a lot, you're gonna be staying in hotels or something like that. And you just hook this thing up to like a TV wherever you are. You know. I don't know where. I mean, and here's the thing: it's $250, bro. I can buy a flipping nowadays. You can buy a flipping a decent 50-inch TV for $250. You know, um, yeah, that was kind of my thought too. But I mean, apparently there was enough people. This is what was surprising to me was there were enough people interested on a Kickstarter about it that in 2021 it reached its funding goal in just 20 minutes. What was that funding goal though? The following year it was selling at $250 a pop, dude. Sales of the portable display should see a major boost in the run up to the holidays because, in IGN reports, UpSec announced the X screen has achieved design for Xbox status and is now an officially licensed product. The Design for Xbox Partner Hardware program offers licensed partners access to Xbox branding guidelines and technical specifications. For consumers, it offers the peace of mind that any accessory displaying the Design for Xbox tag has passed through the Xbox quality assurance team in a barrage of tests and validation procedures. And they're discounted right now for $210. Bro, that's more than isn't that more than an Xbox Series S costs? Am I tripping? How much can't you get like a Series S for that much? I don't know. I mean, I guess this is gonna fit some people's specific life situations. You know what I mean? I guess. But I mean, it seems more like a very niche segment of people that would need this, unless there's people that just want it for some reason. But I'm in the same boat as you, Pinky. I don't really see it as like. I guess where I'd be more impressed is like if Microsoft just would have come out with these consoles with a flipping monitor on them. You know what I mean? Rather than this be some like third party kind of thing. If Xbox would have just been like, "Oh, hey, look, these consoles come with like a little mini monitor on them, so you can just pop it up, and if you don't have a monitor to play on, whatever, check it out." Cool, dope. That's sick. Nice. That's a pretty cool little. But to like pay $250 for this, I don't know. It seems weird to me, but I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Cyberpunk 2077 patch 2.01 is on its way, improves performance and prevents corrupted saves. Also fixes some annoying and strange bugs. Cyberpunk 2077 patch 2.01 is on the way. Is going to fix common issues like corrupted saves on PS5 as well as improve performance on both PC and console. Most significantly, the patch prevents a save corruption issue on PS5. However, this fix will not repair already corrupted saves. That feels really bad, dude. So you'll need to hold on to an uncorrupted save before the patch drops. As for performance boosts, CD Projekt Red stated simply that the patch will improve performance generally, but especially in the Dogtown area. You never want to see this, dude. Save corruptions in a game? Never. Ever. Not a good look, CDPR. Additionally, the patch repairs some Phantom Liberty's strangest and most persistent bugs. For example, choosing a specific dialogue option in the quest automatic love will no longer result in a distorted effect that remains on the screen longer than intended. In another absurd fix, V will not fall through the floor of an elevator and die in the heist if the frame rate is low. That's good. Few quality of life changes. And now they're going to start focusing on Cyberpunk's sequel codenamed Project Orion. You can read all the patch highlights here. I wonder how prevalent the Phantom Liberty corrupt saves are. Oh man. Phantom Liberty is corrupting save files on PS5. Cyberpunk 2077 version 2.0 update and Phantom Liberty expansion of wowed fans finally feeling the game is in the state that it should have been at launch. Is this 2020 game? Yeah, 2020. Only 3 years after launch to get it to where it feels like it should have been on launch. No big deal. With an overhauled combat system and RPG mechanics, as well as adding in long requested features like vehicle combat and improved police system, been a huge effort. However, it isn't without its own issues. Players on PS5 are documenting instances of corrupted save files, unable to load or salvage their current playthroughs. They say they lost these save files after playing for a few hours of Phantom Liberty, suggesting that the expansion is bugged on PlayStation. CD Projekt Red says it's investigating the matter, but in the meantime, it's leaving fans panicked, fearful that they won't be able to recover their lost progress. They probably won't. Dozens of players on Reddit have complained of the issue. It's also made its way to the CD Projekt Red support site. As you can see in the video below, the game clearly states that the file is corrupted, suggesting the player won't be able to load it again. Quote, we are currently investigating an issue for PS5 where save files may get corrupted after playing Phantom Liberty for some time using the base game save. Reads a message from the devs. We recommend not to overwrite the existing base game saves when playing Phantom Liberty. Yikers, dude. So if, like me, you're a serial saver and have already used up all the save slots, you might want to go on a deleting spree before you go into Dogtown, rather than saving over these old files. It seems like this is where the issue stems from, although it's unclear why this is happening exclusively on PlayStation and not on other platforms. I received this warning when I accidentally went to boot up a save file on an earlier patch, which obviously wouldn't be able to run a new patch save. The good news is it didn't do any permanent damage to the file, and the game was able to load them once I was on the right patch. Clearly, this isn't the case here, with those affected all playing on the Phantom Liberty update, but it hopefully means that the saves aren't lost forever and will be accessible once CDPR has worked out whatever the issue is. Right now, CDPR doesn't have any kind of time frame for when the issue will be addressed. If you've already made some progress on a save file that you created by saving over a base game file, you might want to stop playing now so you don't end up losing a bunch of progress. Oh, CDPR, dude. Never cease to amaze. Bro, their content's so good. They always have performance issues, dude. Phasmophobia PS5 Xbox version. This is the last article I have, dude. It's going to be a quick news segment this morning. Then we're just going to talk Scaretober for a little bit, because that kicks off tomorrow, by the way. Phasmophobia PS5 Xbox version delayed at the last minute. Kinetic Games confirms that it is delaying the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of the co-op horror game to a later date. We had already kind of hit on this before, but our buddy Jerry was talking about this morning, and so did they give a definitive October date for this? Just saying delayed to October. Oh yeah. They had the fires and it's off their office building and stuff is what they were saying. Yeah. Well, I'll be doing on Friday the 13th. Hanging out with you. What are you doing on Friday the 13th, dude? I'll be watching horror movies that night for sure. You're wild, bro. Cap. Be playing horror games. Hanging out with you. Yeah. The PS5, Xbox Series X, and S ports due out in October, but it doesn't have a definitive date, dude, for the Phasmophobia stuff. Let's see here. Bro, that's it. Okay. Feels good. There's nothing new on this front either. This is a bit concerning, I have to say. for anybody that is looking forward to some Phasmophobia on console, the fact that this got delayed from August to October time frame, there was no definitive date for October, and now we are literally hitting October tomorrow, and they still don't have a date out. That's a bit concerning, I would say. Hopefully they push something out within the next couple of days or something to let people know, but I don't know. It's not looking real good, honestly. I mean, it's not a good sign anyways. Doesn't mean they won't get it out, but usually if you've got like a month of a time frame for like a release, you want to see something in at least the middle of the month before to give people an understanding of when that game is releasing date wise. You know, I have some reservations about them being able to get this game out this month now. They're probably really pushing to get it done for console, but and it's unfortunate they had the fire and everything. So, but they're probably feeling rushed. That sucks. We'll see what happens. See what happens. That's the news, man. That's the news. We're gonna go talk. We're gonna go talk horror games for a little bit, and then we'll play some Fallout New Vegas, man. Yeah. It's gonna be a good day, dude. It'll be a good day. So you guys rock. Appreciate you. It's good to see everybody this morning, as always. We're gonna go play some Fallout New Vegas and talk some Scaretober antics because we got Scaretober kicking off tomorrow. But if anybody's been able to hang out and check out the content this morning live, or maybe if you're checking this out later on as a VOD, all of our video gaming news segments are available. The previous ones we've done are available on the Twitch and YouTube channel, along with all the gaming playthroughs we've done, and just wild, funny clips and highlights and stuff that go on here in the channel. So we always start off all of our streams 6 days a week. Wednesdays are our down day, but 6 days a week. Every other day we're live from roughly 6 a.m. CST to about 8-9 hours later average, and we're always kicking it off with video gaming news, stay current with what's going on in the industry before we switch over and immediately follow that up with playing video games, which is what we're about to do right now. So if anybody's getting to check out the content and you're not all that familiar with our channel and community and what we do here, then check out the content. If you're enjoying it, come hang out with us. We got a lot of amazing individuals that are part of what we do here, man. And if you're really passionate about the video gaming industry and you're good people's dude, then I would say you probably belong here with us. And we'd love to have new people come hang out that are just cool peeps, spreading good vibes and love the video gaming industry. So other than that, man, happy Saturday. Happy last day of September. Cannot wait to get started with the spooky vibes tomorrow. So until tomorrow's video gaming news segment, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. We're going to move on and play some games now. But we'll check everybody tomorrow for October 1st's Spooktober edition of video gaming news. All right.